So, the Demon King's kid is starting high school on Earth. He barely sits down before trouble comes knocking. The usual school bullies start plexing on what looks like an easy victim. Joke's on them. They're messing with the literal next Demon King. Growing up demon, Levis only learned one rule. Humans are bugs. Squish him on sight. And bro is sticking to the script. He grabs the pretty boy by the neck and slams him on the desk. Everyone is totally shook. Some ugly dude goes nuts and jumps in to save his pal. But the second Lavis spots the charging human, his demon instincts kick in. As ugly mug swings, my guy just leans back. Missed me. Clapping back instantly, the demon prince lands a Mike Tyson hook, smashing dude into the lockers. Pause. How did the ruler of the underworld end up brawling with high schoolers? Meet Lavis Vindica, the ruthless son of the Demon King and heir to the fiery throne. Dad gave him one job, and he messed it up big time. Mission: check if Hilka's crew was plotting treason, but Levis went totally rogue, wiped out the whole squad just in case. Pops knew his kid was wild, but this was a new low. Gamware the big boss is officially over his son's drama. The cocky prince tries to argue that proof of rebellion was everywhere, so deleting them was smart. But the king isn't a fan of that savage, lawless style. Even if they were guilty, you gotta follow the rules. The son just cracks up at such a boring method. The lack of chill disappoints the king majorly. Dad thinks his son is basically a clueless meathead. Talking to him is like arguing with a brick wall. So, the punishment is already locked in. After chatting with the 12 Dark Thrones for the massacre, Levis is getting booted to Earth. And it gets worse. His dark magic is getting locked up tight. Dad hopes he comes back with some actual character. On command, the 12 Thrones start casting spells to seal Levis's power and yeet him out. One guy, Ram, is acting kinda sus, and intentionally, he rigged the whole game and gets a kick out of our boy's misery. Anyway, he has to follow some rules, or his soul gets toasted. Rule 1. Act like a totally average NPC. Rule 2. Absolutely no rage quitting life. And 3. Deleting or hurting other players is banned. So the demon boss wakes up in the noodle-armed body of Min. The OG owner was a sick kid who got picked on constantly. He was in a coma, so his mom and sis freak out seeing him walk. While the ladies were super emotional, his new dad is basically a stone-cold psycho. Since the kid is awake, dad just orders him to school tomorrow. The next morning, he instantly gets tangled. With the bullies, he is currently absolutely wrecking. Everyone is shook watching the wimp go full beast mode. As bro looks legendary dropping the guy to the Flora, a kid with glasses wonders if that is really Min. Then there is the pretty boy with the bruised ego. He charges with a chair, trying to smash Minho's head. Glasses yells a warning to watch his back. Our guy reacts fast, landing a kick that folds the dude like laundry. Mr. Popular is now just a confused mess. Shocked that Minho fought back, he starts screaming bad words. Here is the tea. Minho usually can't use his demon magic since it's locked. But when people trash talk him, it charges his battery. The more hate he gets, the stronger he becomes. Turns out, his mom was the queen of cursing. She literally invented the bad words humans use. Powered up by the insults, Levis kicks the guy's chin hard. That combo move turns the handsome face ugly and knocks him out cold. That was Taiwan, and the class cannot believe their eyes. Meanwhile, our boy thinks about his setup. He finally figured out the cheat code. He found a way to have fun while keeping his dad happy. Smiling like a villain, he invites all the haters to bring it. He wants their toxic comments to fuel his power level. The class wonders why Minho is acting so wild. Glasses starts thinking Minho was faking being weak. While the whole class stands, frozen, the nerd walks up to ask if he is okay. Since the nerd helped, Levis decides to make him a sidekick. So, he tells the guy he is totally fine. Later, the nerd spams him with questions about his buffs. He even jokingly guesses, thinking Minho might have got a cicade from another dimension. Levis panics. Did this kid just guess his dark secret? Dude keeps yapping, asking for his past life stats. Was it a kung fu movie? Or maybe an RPG game? Scared, this nerd actually solved the puzzle. Levis plans to silence him. No spoilers allowed. But wake you, the dramatic flashback sequence. His bestie warned him, 0, human fragging allowed. Zap a human, and your demon soul goes poof. He got the memo, but remembered Ms. Cynthia's savage tip. Crush humans on sight, she said. Friend said she was joking. Demons are literally death gods. You know, humans are dumb and always trying to unalive each other, but demons can't touch. Rules are rules. And yeah, the penalty is total. Game over. He figured, whatever, never visiting Earth anyway. Low. Now, stuck. How to mute this kid without choking him out. But look like he won't have to. Kid admits, he's just aged once an Isekai, life badly. Levis realizes the dude reeks of pure desperation. As the geek keeps on blabbering, Lavis chills. his cover is safe. Suddenly, Nerd praises him for wrecking those thugs. Praise from a puny human, total cringe fest. Hate mail is music, but compliments, gross. Night falls, and we spot Arga High rethinking his life choices. Demon in a human suit shouldn't have magic, but he's glitch. Since he's clueless about this weird bug, he flexes his ego. I am Lavis Demon, King. But then, Mr. Demon Prince starts twitching and faceplants on the bed. Body hurts like crazy. Human vessel can't handle the juice. Bro suffers half the night before finally passing out. Next evening, Nerd and Demon Prince walk home. Nerd won't stop thanking him. Like nah, they used to get bullied daily. 0 breaks. But yesterday flipped the whole script. Lavis is like, chill, those guys wanted to die anyway. Nerd is shook. Then, someone shouts at Min. He turns around to see a squad of salty bullies. Leader is actually Sun's big brother. Young the kid Minho, wrecked 2 days ago. They're mad they messed up the protection money gig. Dude snaps back like a feral mutt instead of saying thanks. While the nerd shakes, my guy lights up, craving more roasts. Even Farais is wondering. Sort of pain-loving weirdo. Head bully smirks, ordering his prey to come along. This maniac's down, as long as the trash talk flows. At the hidden site, the whole crew's there. Shunju, big bro salty seeing his kin wrecked by a nobody. The boss stares down. The shrimp Minho, plotting payback. No way is he letting this slide without pain. Minho messed with family, so school's in session. He asks this twisted punk if mama taught him manners. Maybe she's just as messed up for raising a kid who beats up nice guys. Minho doesn't blink. Yep, mom taught me exactly that. Even though our demon boy was being total honest, that cocky grin just triggers the bully. The hothead snaps and delivers a crisp slap. But my dude, he's hyped his mom got roasted. Sweet, sweet tunes to his ears. The diss fuels his demon mojo, helping him catch the hand. Grip tight. Lavis clenches his other fist and smashes an uppercut, followed by a punch combo. He just keeps wailing on the jerk. The twist sends the other goons into panic mode. Standing there useless, just cursing like losers. Their wrecked boss yells at the phonies to jump him. Minho squares up, powered by trash talk, ready to drop him. He starts wrecking everyone, one-shotting them all. The poor geek chillin' over there thinks this is some movie magic nonsense. Screams at the sight die down real quick, leaving total silence. Cause there's literally one guy left standing. Our MVP obviously. Soaking up the chaos and curses makes Minho feel so good he's actually thanking his uncle and mom. See, Unc brought violence, and mom invented cursing. Since that violent rush, hits different, props to his uncle. And the nerd, definitely rethinking his life choices. Looks like the geek ain't the only one watching. Some possessed rat is eyeing Minho. Turns out, it's the same uncle he was just thanking. UNC's vibing, watching his nephew enjoy the gift. Ranbei, who planned the Demon Prince's exile, is there too. Unc digs how the kid wiped out house. Ranbei claims the kid is a brat who does whatever he wants, changing him is a drag. Uncle is shook. Gamadare yeeted his son to Earth as punishment. It's demon code to crush the reckless ones into submission. Earth is basically the dumpster for weirdo. Demon rejects. So our boy's gonna see drama? Unc recalls when the kid was a lil prankster. Ronnie gets why Barkin gave him the bloodstone. They're ready to peep the sinners on Earth. So Barkin says, spill the tea. Using dark magic, they visualize the buff. Demon Ops, our boy got a wreck. Barkin gets info by vibing with dark energy. He's hyped to see the show. His nephew pulls off against actual baddies. Back to Minho's basic school life. Budget Midoriya's shook. He's soloed twos bro. Easy. Minho eats fire noodles. Crying but claiming it's sweat. Lame. His pal even, said Pigmile. But our boy ain't soft. So he grabbed the hell flavor. Bro's phone rings, but he's sus about it. He says it's urgent and ditches him fast. Minho watches him dip, looking sus. Next scene, a lady finishing her art. She carved a deadbeat's head. Goth mommy vibes. Jay's lackey brings a shaking kid. She roasts him for being late. Makes him look. Sion's grossed out. Mark's mean thief. Dude didn't pay, so she cooked him. G asks Sion if he wants that smoke. Shook. Bro stutters excuses about delays. Smack. Slaps him. G's annoyed he can't listen. She'd love to carve his hand or back. He begs, so she gives one last chance to fix it, or he's dead like that guy. G says, obey exactly, or he's cooked. At night, he's typing, shaking and scared. Ignore J, and he dies. No choice? Minho's out here cramping like crazy. Consequences of being weak. His stomach is literally dying. Sore, but fed up. Minho does push-ups to get Lavis Vindica refuses to peace out, looking weak. He hits the gym hard to sculpt that ultimate thirst trap physique. Back at school, San is stressing over a gadget in his hand. The app gives him the creeps, but Jay living in his head is straight nightmare fuel. Poor dude is stuck between a rock and a hard place. panicking when Minho strolls up to check the vibes. San wants to ask his bro for help but knows it's too risky. Geez, crew is savage, and dragging Minho into this mess would be a total fail. Suddenly, our boy catches a whiff of something wildly familiar nearby. Right on cue, an orange-haired girl faceplants onto the floor. She's out cold, and San starts freaking out as he checks on her. He flips her over, and yikes, she looks like a rabid zombie. Then again, that's just your average bae when you tell her no. Jokes aside, Minho senses dark energy, but the real gag is, why does a regular human have demon vibes? The coach swoops in and rushes the girl to the infirmary. As they pass, our boy spies a weird tat marked on her arm. It's a house hilt crest, which makes zero sense on a human body. Minho is fully invested now and needs to investigate. He sneaks off to the infirmary to crash her room. The nurse tries to block him, but Minho pulls a fast one, using some mind wipe magic to reset her brain and slip past. Even with low mana, he can still cast baby spells like that. He heads into Sonia's room, and she gives him major dropping the nice guy act. He demands to know who she is. She plays dumb, so he grabs her arm, flashes the demon mark, and grills her. Sonia keeps her mouth shut, so this guy threatens to end her game if she doesn't start talking right now. He switches up his aura, looking so terrifying that she shook to the core, feeling that godly demon energy radiating off him. Sonia goes from salty to petrified and spills the tea on her. Linked to Jihashiat to get inked just to join the squad. Our boy sniffs the air around this woman again, and nope, it's not her lunch, it's the dank smell of demons. Flashback time. Back to when our boy was just a little demon spawn. Rambi didn't want to explore, but the stubborn troll called him a wuss. For it, bro tagged along because he was too scared to be caught alone. Rambi had no clue what the plan was, and started yapping about magic eyes. Apparently, demons who have them go blind one of two ways. Either the HD vision fries their brain or their eyes just rot. In a sketchy spot like this, Rambi was shaking, but Lavis kept his cool as they arrived. They spotted a corpse with a flower growing out of its hand. Ignoring the red flags, Lavis got close while Rambi ID'd the body as Jeremy Hill. But the real kicker is, why is this corpse blooming like a botanical garden? Lavis yanks a flower, triggering gross bloody roots and a smell worse than a gym sock. Rambi tags it as the gnawing flower. Emilio smells that same funk on Sun while she begs for a timeout. Peeping from the sidelines, Lavis and Rambi's uncle are watching the show. Cut to our boy storming Jihai's tattoo parlor. Is the flower and ink combo just a weird fluke? Inside, the goons don't get why Jihai has a soft spot. Truth is, it ain't about smarts, it's about the product. One bro holds a beta test pill like it's candy. Buddy warns it's toxic, but this genius thinks he's built different. Suddenly popping up, Minho crashes the party, clocking the ink, and that's it. He politely asks if they all shop at Leader acts tough, but gets his hand swatted and face wrecked. With the full Will Smith treatment, guys, napping instantly. The others are shook. Zero, chat, just hands. Love to see it. For the love of the game, Minho yeets 1 and 2 next week, while the squad foolishly rush. Our boy weaves a swing and counters hard, dropping number 3. Fourth guy has a toy, so Minho roundhouse kicks him into orbit. He just wants Jihai's location. But suddenly, the first KO'd guy bro's gone, full zombie mode, thirsty for blood. Minho is stunned. Evil vibe spike as the monster lunges. The pill buffed his stats. He moves different now. Minho trips classic, rookie mistake. Now he's totally exposed with zero exit plan. Zombie man winds up a fatal punch. Big trouble. Meanwhile, Jihai says the tech isn't ready. They caught the guy who swiped their blue ribbon. Thief begs for a redo. But these guys have zero chill. Dude grabs a blue flower, looming over the crying thief. It's game over. He jams the flower straight into the guy's eye socket. Victim screams, but the psycho does the other eye too. Now, he's just screeching and totally blind. No second chances here. Even Jihai is terrified. He demands results fast, putting her in a tough spot. Outside, she panics and spams calls for an update. Poor dude is coding away, finally works up the guts to check his phone. Plot twist. It's our boy calling after wrecking everyone there. Minho cuts the crap, asks Sion what his deal is with G. Our boy knows Four Eyes has been chatting with G Minho's, like, where is she? And stuns him. Sion's clueless, but Minho's chill. Personal biz. Gotta find her. Usually at the tat shop, but looks like she's Mia right now. Boom, our boy spots a creepy critter lurking. Sion begs him to freeze until he arrives. Call drops. That cat from earlier tries acting all innocent. Minho's way ahead. Grabs the kitty. Forces eye contact. He knows this cat can totally understand him. One death stare equals instant confession. He's watched it. Shapeshift. Can't figure it out until he realizes she's a demon realm watcher spying on him. Total stalker. Job description. Watch prisoners secretly. Was tailing Lavis to energy is weak sauce. Is she even a real demon? He roasts her for being way too obvious. Amateur hour. Even now, dumb cats on 2 feet. Dead giveaway. Minho thinks talking to this furball is a waste of time. He wants the voice controlling it. The one calling him out? It's Rambi. Shukta Lavis leveled up so fast. Minho mocks his lame tricks. What's the end game? Bro, his old pal plays dumb. Ain't spilling the tea. Annoyed, Minho asks, do prisoners usually use magic here? Rambi's vague. There are exceptions. You'll get it soon. Next topic. That gnarly, knowing flower. Minho recognizes the stink. Same funk from back in the day. Forbidden fruit at home. But growing wild here? Sus. Rambi figures house. Hilt's beasts are viral. Even Edmund's noticed. Everything leads back to House Hilt. Minho's annoyed. Bet they're hiding among humans. Rambi laughs. The human world ain't so innocent. It's a land of endless manipulation. Dude wants him to handle it, but stays vague. Minho's confused. Handle what? Exactly. Watcher wakes up as Ram hangs up. Our boy is super annoyed. Rude much? Cut to Jay. Hey, Fira Scion ghosted her 1,000 calls. Plan B. She dials up Sion, orders him to the office. Hunt down Scion. Back to Minho. Time to squeeze info out of the Watcher. She's got the latest scoop and top-tier tracking skills. He tells her to drop the act ASAP, or he's gonna throw hands. Totally spooked, the kitty puts paws together, and poof. A blue-haired demon girl appears. Cool entrance, but she's weaker than a wet noodle. Minho's unimpressed. He asks for her name, since Ronnie picked her for some reason. No name. Yikes. So our guy dubs her Street from now on. Fits perfectly, cause he literally scooped her off the curb. Sounds kinda savage, but she's actually stoked to have a name. Minho then tells her to spill the tea on everything she knows about humans. Meanwhile, Scion is sprinting, like his life depends on it. To find Minho, thinking his bestie is in major trouble. He gets flashbacks to winning that app contest, only to get jumped by Jay's crew, who roasted him for winning a measly $500. She pied his face and snatched him, turning his win into a nightmare. Jay's boss told him to chill out. Since it was just business, he offered $50 million in cash for the app rights. Actually, Scion turned down that sweet deal, explaining that he never planned to cash in on the project anyway. Wrong answer. That started Scion's life as a coding slave for Jay. He shakes off the trauma, bumps into a huge guy, and realizes he's toast. These goons were actually hunting for 4 eyes, and Scion basically served himself up on a silver platter. Jay shows up looking furious. She's definitely not playing nice this time. She snatches him again and orders him to code forever while they watch. And if he tries to bail, they'll catch him instantly. They even stuck a babysitter inside his new cell. Poor dude knows he's completely done for. Her crew thinks he's useless, but the boss needs his skills for the product. The app is named I'm Here, and honestly, even the villains think the name is lame. Scion starts coding while the boss, looking like an anime villain, lurks. He says the app is key for pushing their blue ribbon stuff. The plan? Steal user data and totally rig the market. Using real-time location tracking inside the game lets them push their shady deals everywhere. Finally, his master plan to move product is online. Blue Ribbon is at zombie-making candy drug, and it's launching now. Next day, kids at school start hyping up the app because it offers 30,000 won for every friend you refer. Invite 3 friends. That's 100,000 won. Naturally, all the girls are signing up without a second thought. They're obsessed with the free diet pills that claim to be safe and approved. Spoiler alert, it's all a total scam. Sign-ups explode by evening. Jay and her squad are partying hard. But she's still salty. They haven't caught the guy who wrecked her shop. So, after scanning the security cams, they literally just saw a bat. Dude was photobombing the lens. Every other angle. Block Bay Rats. Jay is totally clueless about this mess. Then the boss texts, "Get to the stash, ASAP." En route, our guy's bored and asks why Street's trade. Turns out, she's too chunky and got wedged in. He ignores that drama. "Did you finish the job, or what?" The little demon beams, "It was tough, but I got the tea. You know that loser our boy folded earlier. He was holding pills smelling like that annoying flower. It's basically a cheat code for human stats. Weird part, that flower needs a living host to grow. Seeing these meds exist without a host is sus. That plant is extinct, even in hell." Streak says the brand is Blue Ribbon. Viral now, disguised as diet pills and vitamins. Minho wants the recipe, but no luck. The lab is super hushed. Even Street's stumped, which really ticks Minho off. Just a name. She's absolute trash. At this panicking, she blurts out the distribution info. Since the evil energy is so thick, they track the source. He bonks her head. "Why aren't we there yet?" She claims Rambi ordered her to stick with Levi. Bummer is, she's gotta snitch everything back to Ram. Caught in the middle, our boy forces an ultimatum. Pick a side. Him or me. Lavisa's perk. He'll stop treating her like a scrub. The idea of becoming a total badass. Sidekick hypes up this goofball. She drops to a knee, pledging blood to Lave. Invoking his true name, he locks in the contract. That snaps for MB's link to her, instantly. Distractions gone. Time to hit the blue ribbon stash. They reach the energy hotspot by nightfall. Minho wants to start looting boxers, but they're chained up tight. Channeling his inner heavyweight champ, Argai one-shots the chains with a massive haymaker. It opens, releasing a stench that gags them both. Evil vibes leak out, making their knees weak. Drugs, side effects. Suddenly, a flashback to training day. Uncle Rakan was absolutely destroying. No way was he letting the squirt stay soft. Onki wrecked his arms with one hit, yeeting him right off the cliff edge. Laugh plunged, screaming insults while his crazy uncle cackled and dove after him. Kid face planted hard, leaving Unc wondering if he'd actually Then, something caught their attention. A creepy field of munching flowers, totally littered with skeletons. Little Lav witnessed a nightmare he'd never scrubbed from his brain. It was like watching light and shadow go to war. Opposites clashed, birthing some freaky new critters in the mix. Back in the Stone Age, that first Doombloom popped up on Earth. It sucked the juice out of demons or anything else dumb enough to touch it. Basically, that plant was bad news for every dimension. Raycon and the kid watched the whole patch go up in smoke. Since they torched it back then, our boy is totally lost right now. The narrator mentions the big bad demon boss. King Gamade. So yeah, seeing a whole bunch here on Earth makes zero sense. Mino pipes up, realizing those chomping flowers actually originated right here in the human world. It's the only spot where light and dark mash up and coexist. Word is, humans almost got wiped out millennia ago. Finding this weed in both worlds at once. Means some big brain villain is pulling the strings. Street tries to speak, but someone blasts them with a flashlight. Jay and her goons show up, mocking the kids for wandering into a kill zone. Her crew thinks it's the shopwrecker, but Street claims she's the target. Jay is furious. Our boy crashed the party and trashed her joint. She's clueless about how he even got in. Minho cuts the crap. "You running this show?" She hates his vibe but says yes, so he asks what ingredients she's cooking with. G rolls her eyes at his nerve to sniff around their trade secrets. Our guy isn't super interested, in the goods. But leaving these creeps alone seems risky. Jay grabs the stash, warning her boys not to mess up or young Moo will kill them. The villain tosses them a bunch, of blue ribbons to snack on, and the idiots look thrilled. She snaps at them to shut their traps and swallow. The four psychos unwrap the pills and gulp them down. Sensing a mess, he tells Street to hide so she's not dead weight. The goons go full monster mode as she orders them to smash the kid. All four rocket forward. Rushing Minho, who mocks them for being high and cocky. Flashing his bloodstone eye, he promises to drop them with his toxic aura. Mino clashes with the first guy, landing a solid punch. Boom! Then he lands a sneaky kick right on the backside. Bro moves like a ninja with cheat codes. Firing off punch number 3. This uppercut is wild, but after dropping 3 dudes, he leaves his 6 open and gets tackled. Minho hits the deck. Totally vulnerable. Not good. That goon tries to knee his face off, but our boy catches it just in time. His assistant is stressing out, but G looks way too happy about this mess. The zombie trio goes full demon mode, swarming Minho from every angle. Since they're dogpiling him, all at once, clapping back is super tough. These guys are way more buffed than the last Blue Ribbon squad. He fought, they totally OD'd on the juice to unlock that extra spicy power level. Time for plan B. Our boy spins around to switch up the tactics. He dashes to a stash box and digs his hand in to grab a packet. Then he crushes the box and yeets the dust right into their mugs. The funky smell hits them like a truck. It is absolutely foul. Even Minho hates it. His own aura is reacting bad to the stink. While they're dizzy, Minho grabs a face and plants it into the dirt. Solo leveling style. To finish the job, Bro smashes the guy's face, and again, double tap. Another dude tries to kick, but our boy dodges with style, grabs the leg, and flips him like a pancake. Going full savage. Mode berserk. Minho stomps on the ankle. Snap. That leg is toast. Next guy rushes in and gets backhand slapped, like in Devil May Cry 5. Minho grabs the big guy's wobbling body and literally suplexes the heck out of him. Absolute cinema. Smash that like button if that gave you chills right now. G is shook. She can't believe he just soloed the whole steroid squad. One look at him and she is fearing for her life. For real. His aura is crazy dark. Dude doesn't even look human anymore. Shaken hard, G starts wondering if she's staring at a literal ghost. Meanwhile, Yuri takes the stage in front of the crowd. Backstage, Mama Hunu is hyping her up, convinced her girl is a lock for the company. Suddenly, to Dude's barge. Inhunu jumps and demands to know who invited them. They drop a jar of blue ribbons. Sorry for crashing the party, they say. Special delivery for the huge order. VIP service, I guess. She's freaking out, but the guy says, chill, we handled it ourselves. But she's sus. Is this stuff actually safe? No glitches. Youngmoo roasts her. You've already fed her a ton. Now you ask? Hyunju snaps her head to the screen and sees her daughter glitching out like a broken robot. Yuri crashes. Even the dealers are like, whoa, how much did she take? Snap her ankle breaks and she drops on stage like a sack of potatoes. The crowd is stunned. Mom screams because she thought the drugs were clean. The dudes just shrug. The rule only applies, ... If the dose hits right, it works. But gotta tell her, Yuri is totally cooked. Zero hope. She needs this junk just to function. Basic survival mode, locked. She is hooked for life. No exit plan. Who knew? Is shook. She dropped mad cash on her kid. Phone rings. Yeonmu grabs it. Jinji is on the line, crying a river. Cam flips to our guy. Yo, you the one cooking blue ribbon? Dude is stunned. Minho says, come see me, and hangs up on him. Youngmoo dips fast, leaving Hunu. He has got a bolt right now. Meanwhile, that blue-haired chick asks why folks use. The answer is super basic. Peeps are dumb and cocky. They think I won't get hooked. Taking the hit, since their lives are empty with nothing to hold, they get high to feel some purpose. She points at the squad led by Youngmoo. He asks why summon me. Our guy shrugs. Was not looking for you? Just curious about the product. Calling him a mere human. That hits a nerve. Flashback to slum life with his old man. He tries waking Pops to get more stash. Shoves him, then realizes Dad kicked the bucket. Dad lived for the high and died by it too. He ain't sad, just raging cause the withdrawal hit. Kicks the body, clueless on how to score more junk. Suddenly, Dad's eyes light up, making Youngmoo wonder, dead or alive. Spirit pops out, asking if he is sad about his dad croaking. Dima says he will bring Pops back if the grief is too heavy. But Youngmoo is stoked Dad died. Only cares about scoring his next fix. Demon sees the crave. Gives a flower. Says feed it, your dad's corpse. Demon also drops info. This builds trust, and he will get whatever he wants. Tells him to frag anyone who lies or rejects the flower. Dima bounces, leaving the flower and his blessing. Youngmoo instantly feeds Dad's body to the plant. Back in reality, Youngmoo is salty at being called human. Our guy stays cool, asks if Youngmoo has faith. What gave him a second life? When Youngmoo spills the tea, our guy already knew about the demon pack, steps up, calls him, and the demon trash. Makes him rage. He yells for his boys to jump Minho, grow runes, but Minho decides to wreck them fast. Elsewhere, blue ribbon sales are popping. Big shot VIPs nationwide will reach out. Team hypes Youngmoo for opening routes to China and Japan. Meanwhile, the app creator, everyone's been stressing since launch cause those drugs are spreading fast. Back to the action. Jingi's sobbing watching Minho solo those thugs. Then Minho dares Youngmoo to come get some. Youngmoo recalls the spirit's order. Flatline, anyone hating the flower. He whips out 3 blue ribbons and gulps them down, shouting out his idol, Bauer Hilt, straight up obeying his demon master now. Before he attacks, Jinji screams. He's not a normal high schooler. He vibes like those guys you cook the new stash with. That drug connection catches our boy totally off guard. And purple hair exploits the shock, swinging hard at Minho. But Minho's instincts kick in. He yanks the arm away just in time, wasting 0 seconds. The redhead jerk throws a fist storm. Minho's actually shook by that insane speed. Youngmoo's just as stunned by Minho's power level. He asks if Minho's got a god buff too, trying to gatekeep his lord. That's when Minho clicks on to the secret behind the nasty flower stench. You stand Bauer Hilt or something? Hearing his idol's name triggers Youngmoo big time. Minho mocks him. Of all demons, you pick that loser? That roast makes the dude see red. Screaming at Minho for dissing the god who saved his butt. Pushing buttons, the hero trolls, Youngmoo and Bauer again. Saying the demons, desperate for picking, a hiding runaway. That's the moment Young loses it, spamming punches at our boy, with crazy speed, yelling, don't you dare trash talk my lord? While blocking those heavy hits, Minho wonders how Bauer Hilt got so famous. Recalls their beef. Wrecked Bauer's crew, but the coward ran. Hero can't believe the lonely chicken gets treated like royalty here. So he asks, where's your boss hiding at? Minho keeps roasting, so Stinky powers up to kill him. Grabs Minho's hair, pounding him. Blue Ribbon and Bauer are mine. This makes the hero realize Youngmoo's gone full psycho demon mode now. Meanwhile, Street's panicking, seeing human form Minho get wrecked. If they were in the demon realm, easy clap. Back in hell, Vambi watches losing control. The flower subject totally fused, he says. Sees Minho struggling without his demon stone in a human bod. Just as he mentions Levis, with his soul on the line, the sneaky guy quizzes Vani on Levis's biggest trigger. Jokes that Lavis is so salty he basically hates everything breathing. Hunk spills the tea. It's not fear, it is just that our boy is a total clean freak. Hero Boy catches the fist cause Moose smells like trash. Yeet. Minho is feeling swole. His mojo returned. Fueled by disgust, he zooms in to end. One punch lands and Moo is totally shook. How is a human hitting this hard? Glitch in the Matrix? Human. The demon gets offended and smacks the taste out of his mouth. Moo is freaking out over the insane power gap. What are you, a monster? He gasps. Minho is too busy gagging to chat. Wham! Another hit. Even his sidekick cannot compute this power spike. The demon explains. The stench gave him a headache. He snapped. Basically, his cleanliness obsession unlocked his demon mode. Vani is floored. Even with the magic stone, a sinner shouldn't be able to flex this much demon muscle. Demon Bro grins. Lavis isn't basic. He is built different, like me. Minho swings again. Lucky, I cannot kill you in this skin suit. Moo cannot cope. He has the boss's buff. He cannot lose. Despite, he tries to pop more blue magic pills. Stop that. Minho sighs, then delivers a jawbreaking. Dude is literally stuck in the concrete. Smell is gone, but Minho still guards his nose. San checks the stat. This app is a total disaster now. Trapped in this fancy school. Everyone is faking it. Fake likes, fake hate, fake friends. He wanted real connections. People finding their vibe with zero masks. But it is just a drug den now. Senseisen starts hacking. Outside, phones glitch. Is this a virus? My app is dead. San hears the gossip, locks up, and hits the kill switch, deleting everything. The goons panic and bang on the glass. Open up, geek, or you are dead meat. San ignores him, focusing on the white. Then he spots a tiny warning blink. Crash! The thugs bust into the room. Boss punches him. Are you nuts? You are killing our business. Another guy checks the screen. Yo, he is deleting it. If Moo finds out, we are so screwed. San finds some guts, shoves the guy, grabs a fire extinguisher. My app? My choice. He fogs up the room. Cough City. San sees a bar hit 99%, then whim. A goon tackles him. The villain screams at his crew while choking the life out of his victim. Kin tears up, hitting that grim realization that this might actually be the end. Suddenly, a head cuts through the smoke. A split second later, a glowing red eye pierces the fog. Minho asks, what's up with his servant? Then decks the thug hard. After wrecking Guy 1, he absolutely destroys the other losers too. He calls them idiots for thinking they could mess with his personal minion. He'd die before letting anyone touch his property. San sits up, hacking up a lung. He recalls a deep memory. The day he showed Minho his new app, he explained the vibe and showed off the icon he designed just for him. Minho kept getting snatched by bullies back then, leaving San clueless. San took notes, determined to finally step up. So he coded a panic button sharing locations, so the squad stayed safe. He vowed to stop Minho from getting hurt ever again. Past Minho thanked him for the thought, swearing he would be download number 1. Present Minho flashes the glowing alert, asking if it was a purposeful ping. San sobs, grateful his distress signal was actually received. They exit while Strit deals with JJ. G immediately bolts. Minho tells the demon follower to chill, since those possessed flowers are already toast. Nearby, Genju calls 911, spotting dark vibes coming from the unconscious. Back in the alley, San spots the demon girl trailing Min. Meanwhile, our boy is zoning out, realizing Rambe and his uncle are playing him. At home, Sam freaks out over Minho's health, begging him to see a doctor. But bro is a total tank and refuses repairs. Four Eyes is just stoked his buddy showed up, even though he hit that SOS button on a whim. Dude thinks he came for the signal, but Minho just happened to be walking by. The assistant hushes him, whispering that calling it luck is a bad move. Let's rewind the tape and see the truth. Minho was escorting G. She was annoyed, thinking he only cared because that tech nerd was his friend. The funny part, Minho had zero clue San was even kidnapped. But seeing this, he finally got why San skipped school. G was confused why he'd go this hard if saving San wasn't the goal. That's exactly when he saw the SOS notification pinging. Back in the now, Strit warns her boss not to call it a fluke. It'd ruin the friendship. Since Minho is stuck here, he needs allies. The kid practically worships him. Grateful for the save, San asks who the blue-haired chick is. Minho calls her a mere underling, shocking his friend. Curious San decides to grill Minho based on, dude pulled a total 180 and hangs with a weirdo. Now, San is low-key terrified. His buddy got recruited by a cult. He just wants Minho far away from these sketchy creeps. But our boy knows he can't keep covering for his sidekick forever. So, he actually vibes with logic and drops the bomb. I'm the Demon King's kid. That info went straight over the poor dude's brain buff, until a cat suddenly parks on his lap, too lazy to explain. Our hero lets his minion handle the app. Then the cat speaks, freaking him out so bad he passes out cold. Elsewhere, discount villains. Embarrassment time is up, kicking himself for not icing the target yesterday. A stranger walks up and knocks the cop out cold. He checks on young Moo, who totally loses it, apologizing for his epic fail. Lord Bauer ignores the whining and drags him off for a chat. Meanwhile, the backup police start getting intel that the dealers got totally busted. The scary part, the FDA actually approved these meds. A legit company trying to push insane amounts of poison on kids is wild. But then the rookie turns and sees Detective Cha floor surfing. She rushes the car, realizing the bad guy bailed. At a hideout, Bauer drags in his flop of a kid. Young Moo begs for a redo, swearing he can finish the job if he just eats more magic pills. Boz roasts him for wasting the precious flowers. He worked way too hard turning people into plant pots, and now his useless minions ruined the crop. Young Moo keeps crying for mercy, swearing he'll win, but karma hits fast. Bauer jams a flower right into his eye. Cue screaming, that's just round one. Remember the blood oath? Only way to prove loyalty is becoming fertilizer. He's too busy shrieking to listen. Anyway, back to G. She tries to swipe a wallet and bail, but bumps into a junkie. G is confused why her luck sucks, but hey, she kinda deserves it. Dude can't even talk. How many pills did he pop? She spots a decent weapon nearby, but gets humble pie when he stabs her side. She hits the dirt, helpless while the psycho demands more juice. He's spiraling in a manic rage while she tries to focus, realizing she's leaking blood. That bully who loved hurting peeps, bawling her eyes out now. Totally spooked. She's gonna croak like this. Then, the dude starts acting super weird. Rambi pops out of his shadow, asking if Lavis is gonna hate this vibe even more. Chick has zero clue who he is, but still pleads for a save. Rambi's cold though tells her to just embrace the trip down under. While she's panicking, he promises not to toss her corpse. How comforting. Meanwhile, Queen Aeneas drags Uncle Barkin in for a chat. Lady Aeneas goes straight into nagging mode for messing with her kid who got yeeted to the human realm. Barkin grins big, saying the boy's an adult, so she needs to chill with the helicopter parenting. Then the bro drops the bomb. He's smartly jammed a blood demon stone in Lavis before sending him down. That news flips the queen out, and she starts roasting her brother nonstop. Barkin snaps back, saying she needs to trust her kid for once instead of being so clingy. Aeneas admits she's actually stressed because the world's a mess right now. If folks find out the demon heir is solo on Earth, big trouble. The whole place would go totally bananas. Uncle Barkin ain't sweating it though, bragging the kid's a beast in a fight, just like his favorite uncle. The queen loses it and whacks her brother upside the head, totally over his garbage. Fed up, he tells Rambi to hit the books and find a way to delete Big Sisters permanently. Rambi tries to play peacemaker, but the royal sibs keep brawling until the whole thing goes off the rails. Back on Earth, Lavis is just vibing. Sun asks if he's legit a demon, for real. When Lavis casually says, yep, the kid instantly freaks out that he's got a one-way ticket to hell postmortem. Lavis is like, dude, Earthy's already hell. Says down there, nobody would dare mess with him if they go together. He flexes hard, calling himself the only heir to the spooky throne. Hearing that scares the kid stiff, so he begs to never go there. Thinking of home, Lavis can't wait to turn Rambi's eyes into lollipops. He's enjoying that thought way too much. Once Sion digests the demon stuff, he asks about the real Min. He explains that Min gonna die anyway. Demons just use those bodies as jails for other demons. Hearing that makes the poor kid feel super guilty he couldn't save his friend back then. Lavis spots the mood shift and asks why he's so bummed, reminding him he just needs to survive a few more decades here before they dip to the demon realm together. San realizes he's totally doomed to get dragged to hell no matter what. Lavis hits up Street, begging for deets on the demon realm, but she totally fakes. A rambling bout, gross smells of gore everywhere. The kid freaks out, screaming his head off. That demon royal tells his new lackey to keep his trap shut, or else no leaks allowed. 0. On the way back to his crib, Lavis feels totally wrecked, body action, and a massive headache. In bet he went too hard with that bloodstone magic earlier. Walks in, and bam, Manoha throws a surprise. Bidet bat, flexing a cake she and mom baked from scratch just for him. She grabs him for a selfie, but Mr. Demon Prince couldn't care less. Bout Bidet Z spots a bandage on her mug and asks, what's up? She just shrugs it off, like whatever. Says she got banged up while playing hero, saving some granny from mean bullies. Lavis thinks it's kinda hilarious. She's helping peeps when she's basically a twig herself. Mia grabs a huge spoon of cake and literally shoves it in his pie hole. Dude's hooked instantly. That sugar rush, total love at first bite. Suddenly, stepdad comes crashing. In yelling bout, getting egged during his mayoral speech. Big drama. He's raving bout, wanna wreck everyone. Then clocks his helper right in the kisser. Mom tries to chill him out, but ugly Taishik swipes at her too, knocking her out of the way. Mia jumps in to guard her mom. But dad ain't done. He turns his rage mode on the cake, screaming. It's embarrassment central to see eggs, here after getting pelted with them outside. He shoves Mina and totally trashes the dessert. Mom begs him to stop acting crazy, reminding him it's Minho's bid. Stepdad snaps. No parties today. He throws a nasty glare at the sun and storms out like a baby. Levis is fuming because his cake got wrecked. His vibe on Min. Stepdad flips fast, locking onto the guy with a total death glare. Later, Tessik's yelling in his office because we young Moo still hasn't paid up. Greedy dad is low on due needed for a photo op with Assemblyman Park to boost his campaign. Right when he's about to blah, the butler runs in, saying his daughter's viral for saving that bullied granny. The staff pitch a scheme to the evil candidate, saying he can exploit his stepkid by going public with their bond to secure easy votes. Ugly stepdad grins huge, starting to plan using his daughter as a cash cow for his greedy goals. While Minha's fame blows up, it reaches Nox CEO Han Youngju Kaljuni and Han Soya, showing Minha's pic and hyping her looks. The ex-witch of greed, Mara, calmly tells her kids she's claiming this girl's bod since her own is getting way too crusty. The witch of greed thinks she won the lotto. Sure, this new vessel is a total perfect match. Her spawn, though, not exactly vibing with it. Soya just admits Minha looks like a legit living doll. Meanwhile, Mina's dad is riding his girl's fame hard, hitting #1 in the polls. He tells the help to drop another vid of his stepkid tonight. Gotta keep that cloud train rolling, full speed. Taishik grins, shocked his loser fam is actually paying off big time. He orders the butler to scrape up any dirt they can use to cash in on her, pushing fake charity stunts to milk every last drop. Right then, Tessik gets told the Nox big boss slid into their DIMs personally. Hearing that makes the greedy jerk see major dollar signs. Cut to San claiming he had zero clue Minho's stepdad was running for mayor. Lavis is like, do you even know his fam at all? Bro. San explains that even if Min kept his biz private, he was deaf super tight with his sister. Hearing how much Minho Stanner flips a switch in Lavis, it hits him in the feels. Remembering his uncle saying to protect his squad like he protects Ran and himself. Suddenly, Kitty Street tries to wiggle through a wall crack but gets totally wedged halfway. Turns out the glutton snacked so hard, her belly got too huge to fit. Lavis asks what Ronnie said, and she shrugs that Rambi ghosted and just left a sticky note. Lavis reads it, realizing Rambi is praising him in a super cringe way. Plus, the geek gives our demon prince a side quest to babysit Lord Bauer Hilt. This triggers Lavis instantly, and he screams that he's gonna wreck that nerd before he even touches Bauer. San cuts in, saying Greedy Daddy is basically winning the election now. Lavis can't believe a guy like that could win, instantly linking the dude to a he asks Street if this stepdad is actually a Scenario trolling in human hell. Sans like a what? And learns their famous glut. Even demons hate him, cause they literally never stop stuffing their faces. Street claps back saying that Taishik is just a basic human. Actually, Levis roasts her, warning, if she keeps snacking, she'll turn into one herself. That night, as Levis walks in to find Nox's boss, Lady Han Yongju, already scouting his sis for their squad, she spills the tea, demanding Minha take center stage as the group's dance machine. Mom hits the brakes, claiming her girl never asked for the spotlight, but Taishik instantly shuts her down for disrespecting the VIP guest. He plays nice, apologizing for his old-fashioned wifey. Yeonju smooth talks mom, promising they've got it all covered, so Minha won't flunk out of school. While being an idol, calling it a golden ticket, she doubles down, claiming vibes are different now, so stars can totally chase fame and degrees simultaneously, making it sound super chill. Justice, ready to cash in on his kid by signing Levis, gets bad vibes. The boss lady finally spots him creeping. In the back end drops a polite intro. When he ghosts her greeting, Dad blows up about his attitude. But the CEO interrupts, saying teens are just angsty like that. Levis flashes back to intel about how much the OG host actually loved his sis. Q. Flashback to his Demon Prince days training with Lord Barkin lectures the young edge. Haters are everywhere, trying to wreck the king. So, he's got to step up for his pops. Gamuar, emphasizing the burden of protecting the crew. The kid sighs, claiming his own power is plenty. Just laughs, betting that one day, he'll catch feelings for people without noticing. Barkin insists that's when he'll truly evolve. But as a century-old demon brat, Lavis ignored the advice. Back to reality. Lavi steps up, asking Min if she's being bullied into this, promising to handle it. Minha pauses for SEC recalling all the trash things stepdad did. She replays the memory of mom getting beat. While trying to escape that tyrant type, mom begged, and even Manhwa tried to fight back. But nothing worked since they were broke and powerless. Fueled by that trauma, Manhwa agrees, but demands every single penny goes to her account. She's gonna use that cash to buy their freedom. Clueless about the future, Dad sweats, bullets but nods along. Just as the deal is getting inked, Mom double checks if this is real. Manhwa hypes herself up, then silently thanks her brew for having her back. As the scene flips, the knock boss lady is driving. In this, which is totally geeking out over her wicked plan. Soya mentions that Minho's vibe was super sus for some reason. The CEO asks Annie's take, and she's like, yeah, I totally sense something funky about that kid too. Yongru guesses the dude might be a demon tracker, which instantly piqued her son's interest. He asks if he should just waste Minho, but Jongju chills him out, reminding him Minhwa is the main character right now. Literally, nothing else matters. When he pushes it, she drops the tea that a special moonless night is coming to do the ritual and snatch the vessel. After that, he can go wild and do whatever with me. Suddenly, Annie tries to speak up and calls the boss Mara, but the witch snaps, screaming at her to never drop that name again. She brags that soon. Not even the Demon King and the 12 black seats can touch her. Next day, Manhwa hits up Zur and gets hyped as the group's new center. A girl with pigtails throws a fit about working hard for that spot, but gets totally once the CEO dips, Pigtails bullies Manhwa, whining about her stealing the spot via connections. She claws Minna's face, drawing blood, and dares her to see how far her clout will actually get her. Soya catches this on the Kama knows his mom is gonna absolutely lose it when she finds out. He snitches instantly, telling mom that Hyen scratched up her precious vessel's mug. Hearing that makes the lady go fully ballistic with rage. Meanwhile, our demon prince calls his squad and spills about his sis getting bullied. Street points out that Nox is super famous and his sis could totally rule the human world if she plays her cards right. Levis says he ain't stepping in yet, since his sis wants this, but the CEO and her brats are really ticking him off. He sensed zero bad vibes from them, yet the CEO still held his stare like a boss. He thinks she's Loki, a demon hiding in human skin. Street notes, it gets easier for demons to hide their vibe after chilling on Earth for ages and says they gotta be careful. She still roasts Demon Prince for staring at folks so creepily. Evan backs her up, saying humans hate getting stared down. Levis claps back, swearing he can spot a demon, even without his mojo right now. San trolls him, reminding him he couldn't even find Bauer. Salted by the roast, the prince rages and orders Street to take him to the hellish gym. He is mad about being dissed, just cause he can't use the bloodstone power right now. He asks Street if she found a way to get his buff back, and she nods, like yup. After that, he tells her to scope out the CEO and twins, taking along his #1 hype man. Meanwhile, Hyen walks down the street, crying her eyes out. Suddenly, she hears a noise and spots Annie chasing her with a literal sword. She totally freaks, asking if she messed up somehow. Anne says sorry, claiming she just lost her cool for a sec. Annie has zero chill and ends her for simply putting a tiny scratch on MA's face, saying Mom hates that vibe. Quick backstory, check. Before the demon vibe, Mom was living her best married life, ready for kids. After getting banished, this demon crawled out of the sewer and chose her. That night, she snuck in and totally hijacked her body. She vowed to keep the babies, figuring they'd make decent servants at least. Chilling in bed, she started cackling like a maniac. Hubby woke up from the noise. Spoiler alert, huge mistake. Possessed Mom choked him out and dragged him to the window. Bro probably thought it was 50 Shades roleplay, but realized he was cooked when she dangled him. Grossed out, she had to live with a filthy human husband. She just yeeted him off the balcony. The witch hyped herself up for snagging such a pretty body, but instant regret hit when labor started. Worst pain ever. She told the docs to speedrun the birth, or they were dead. She also trashed Levisa's mom for banishing her here. After the birth, the docs were shook seeing the twins staring with creepy red eyes. Back home, the witch hated that her body wouldn't lose weight. When the kids cried, she just kicked them and told them to make themselves useful after draining her mana. She made them play bodyguard until she could find a hotter vessel. That's how she raised the twins to be total simps for her. Her squad was shook that she was dating multiple guys a day already. She totally ghosted her kids and hit the clubs instead, hunting for anyone in the movie biz. She needed a gorgeous vessel to possess and get enough power to clap back at the Demon Queen one day. Cut to her doing an interview about a murdered talent. The cop grills her with questions she obviously can't answer. Suddenly, she starts gagging. Her son steps in, telling the cop to chill, acting like she's just heartbroken. His sister says they should grill the other actors instead. The cop agrees, but the partner senses the vibes are definitely off. Once they leave, Mom spills her guts out and loses it, ranting that the cops are all up in her biz, even though she's paying big bucks to cover it up. Her son tries to chill her out. She's raging because her current body's about to crash. Plus, that dummy damaged her upgrade. Dude tells her to chill, promising the new ride's ready for transfer. So no stress. Later, Suja gathers the squad. He spills the tea. Some creeper is stabbing girls like Heian, so it's unsafe vibes. So, he says move-in day is tomorrow. Mina's like, is that legit necessary? He claims it was bound to happen eventually. Living at the training center is standard idle life. Mina is bummed because she won't see her mom or Min. Sis glares daggers at Minho, calls him greedy, and mutters like a psycho. Suja jumps in to chill the crazy witch out. He warns her not to wreck Mom's vessel or else. He covers for her, saying she's just heartbroken over him. He tells Em parents are notified, so pack up for tomorrow. Mina's stressed, leaving her mom, especially with Minho acting weird. Meanwhile, our boy's at the gym, getting swallowed with his bud. Lifting helps him control that demonic energy better. He can wreck possessed humans with his current gains, but needs more muscle to fight actual demons. He's salty Bambi didn't say how to use the bloodstone. Bonet's letter said he tweaked the stone to return power, not seal it. But his true power only wakes up if the stone breaks, so he needs to get smashed to level up. Also, he gifted his best friend, a demon kid, that might be useful. He hoped Lavis would read it, but our boy ripped the letter without looking. Back at the gym, he hopes Bombay didn't put the stone's instructions in that shredded note. Street rushes over with some serious bad news. She says that Lady and her twins are total trouble. Turns out, she's Mara, the demon. Mara, Witch of Greed, is one of the 12 thrones, the queen banished. Grinning, our boy loves it. He finally found her hiding spot. Cut to Queen Annis, blessing a pregnant demon lady. The crowd hypes her up, while a goth demon in the corner glares with hate. She mutters trash about the queen, while a fan sucks up, calling her pretty. Munching on a gross worm, goth girl smiles, promising the fan's kid a painful end. The sucking up stops instantly, and the girl zips it. Mara keeps muttering, swearing she'll get revenge one day. Back to our boy. Street asks if Mara was jelly of his mom. Mino confirms the goth hag's always been like that, but nobody cared. She got caught stealing from the magic fountain and fled to Earth. Sen wonders why she picked Minha specifically, and if she knows the prince's real life. Bro figures she's clueless, but he still knows he's too wimpy to stop her or handle her spawn. Street gets hype. Let's speedrun unlocking the bloodstone by hunting demons. Meanwhile, Min shopping with Mom, who's super stressed about her choice. Mina's like, chill, they'll catch the killer soon. Mom ain't buying it, bringing up Minhei's old vet dreams. Eyeing Dog Chow, she knows that dream is toast. Now she just gotta save the fam from her monster faking a huge smile, she tells Mom. Dreams change, and swears she'd get rich and famous fast. Mom's sad about the dorm distance, but Minha waves it off. Mom suddenly goes quiet and apologizes for marrying trash. Minha says she did it for them. She reminds Mom how Sweets acted at first and how he played them all for fools. Mina says, hang tight, promising to grind harder than ever. Cut to the squad chilling at a theme park. Eyeing the coast to Minho asks why peeps scream like that. Later, he's hurling chunks but acts like he's totally fine. He vows never to ride that death trap again. At the haunted house, he's like, this is it. Street nods and gives a wiki dump about an old trapped demon. When asked the name, she says it's Scrum, a scream eater getting buff on noise. It turns sound waves into magic juice for its buff. Shapeshifter girl says, bait it with a solid screamer. Demon Prince slowly looks at the nerds who instantly claims he never screams. Sick of the talk, Minho drags him in while Street says G. Inside, Minho's bored by the decor, but San's gonna faint. He claims there's a weird vibe nearby. Minho says that's why they're here, so quit acting up. A prop drops, and they both squeal like little girls. San tries to roast him, but Minho shuts him up. Was that your first scream, nerd? A creepy demon, I watches them from afar. San asks if this is really the fast track to power. Minho says the stone leaks magic when it senses evil. So, beating them buffs his power level. Suddenly, the demon pops out, lured by the screams. Panic, the demon dives at him, thirsty for that noise. Nerd asks if this is the target as Min catches its hand. Don't touch my servant. Scrum looks at Minho. Dude stares him down, mocking the freak. Wonders how he screams. The demon's like, what's a high school noob gonna do? Scream casually slaps Minho, yeeting him into the wall. His buddy freaks out so hard he starts screaming, which just buffs the demon's stats. He clicks his tongue. Only his left hand can shut this monster up. He rushes in, but the sonic blast knocks him back. His tiny pal screams again, totally feeding the demon free X. Prince yells at the idiot to shut up and stop being dead weight. Demon loves the fear, threatening to turn those eyes into jewelry. Our boy's offended Scream thinks he's scared. Please. He swings, but his weak human bod can't connect. Scream gets bored of the game and grabs him. Freak grins, hunting for Screams, aiming for his eyes with Our demon prince calmly bets he won't make a peep. Blade hits the left eye, and things get weird. Scream freezes as red crystals spill out. Not blood, power surge. He grins, hyped that he's got 4,000 vision. Now, Bambi rigged the stone to unlock his power when smashed. He's kinda salty at Bambi for that troll move. Screams shook his blade couldn't stab a human eye. But the next hit proves, this kid ain't human. He shoves the demon back, telling his pal to scream loud. His friend's confused why he'd buff Scream, but trusts his bestie anyway. The kid shrieks. The demon powers up, big time. Monster grins, thinking the hero just threw the game. Our boy reminds him he lags after eating a Scream, sees the opening, goes full power, and punches the eye. The demon twitches in pain as he drains its mojo to get his magic back. Demon dissolves, getting sucked right into his left eye. Prince feels the power rush like a caffeine hit. He knows he'll hit max level if he keeps eating evil. San nervously asks if he's okay. After snacking on a demon like that, grinning, he says he's ready for seconds. At Nox, Manhwa gets walked to her room down a quiet hall. The psycho chick coldly tells her to unpack and settle. Says she's grounded unless it's for work or practice. Mia nods, biting her lip, totally frustrated. But doing it for her mom and bro keeps her going. Watching her, mom goes totally mental on the security cam. The roding which is dying to jump into a fresh body. Suja swears he'll be a good boy when she ditches his mom. Back at the park, Street catches a weird vibe shift. She starts hyping Lavisa for getting his mojo back, simping hard and promising loyalty forever. Lavis says, quit the cringe. And tell me where the creep is so I can wreck the greed which next targets Shill, a nasty dude munching on smoker lungs. Hero grabs its dome like a football, telling it to heal. Demon gets slurped in a minute, but Lavis gags instantly because the smell is foul. No breaks, he hunts Asura, who snacks on wasted humans. Smells just as rank, but he sucks it up. Literally. San asks why demons even bother eating people. Mino explains they get nerf-fed on Earth and gotta eat to live. Hearing that makes the nerd shake like crazy, realizing the ghost stories were legit. Meanwhile, the demon prince figures he's buff enough and decides to flex. A flash scares Santa's Lavis, spawns an unfinished Scream's sword. Nerd asks if it's cool sending Street solo, but Lavis says she's too weak to draw aggro. Cut to Street in bat mode. She's whining about hunger when she spots something sus. She dives and snags a maggot, wiggling on the floor, but immediately feels weird vibes. It's got Mara's magic stank, so she zooms back to Lavis. Meanwhile, a car creeps out of the garage and vanishes. Suja grabs the knocked-out Manhwa, brags to Mom that he put her lights out. Mom looks like a total wreck, yelling at them to move. Sui is hyped while the girl is out cold. Back with the prince, Street screams with a bug in her mouth. She goes human, shows the parasite, and says, check this. It's Mara's bug, meaning the witch is hiding in a human skin. Mino realizes if bugs are bailing from her bod, she's desperate for a new ride. Makes sense, since Greed is obsessed with staying young and hot. Annoyedy, he says, Mara should act her age. He's older than his mom. Curious. San asks how old his mom actually is. Minho's like, over 6. San freaks and asks Minho's age, making him think hard. He remembers his uncle taking him to Earth as a kid. Back then, humans were building some huge thing. Assuming the crib was built for his glory, Bark and Rose stayed our prince, calling him too weak to matter. Rambi politely corrected. Actually, it's for Raw, fam. That triggered Bark and Herd, who demanded why they'd build a shrine for a loser, he wrecked. Calling winner, he claimed the spot was his. Back in the now, Santa's totally shook, noting the pyramids are 4,000 years old. Street yells, focus, asking the plan to save men. Lavis stresses, fearing Mara might hijack his sis. Cut over to the demon fam, arriving at a crusty building looking like an old hay. Mara mumbles. The sky was empty when she spawned. She hobbles over, confirming this is the realm rift. They head up and freeze at the creepy scene, chilling with flower-covered corpses. Bauer glares and demands to know who they are. Mara drops her name and claims the rift, shocking him. Dude clocks her as an ex-member of the 12 Thrones. But head magic is total trash in this weak form. He screams at the twins to get off his flowery turf, which admits she can barely walk straight, but her kids got enough hands for her. He's surprised she turned humans into hybrids. He calls her lame for relying on her kids. Mara lols, saying they're just doing their job. She tells the junkie to pack his garden and leave. Dissing his plants triggered him, so he attacks her. Fast, Basuja boots the loser to put him in his place. She flashes a nasty, satisfied grin. She made them chug deep realm soul, spring water. It's basically where all magic spawns from. The Demon King hogged it to keep the power safe. Mara fed it to the twins to guard her till she finds Sir. Cut to the quiet forest outside. Prince and Buddy follow street tracking the witch. They hit a sketchy, unfinished building. Cyan doubts it, but she's 100% sure. San begs to save Sis. He says we rush in together. Buddy insists he's just useless baggage. Boy says, nah, be a meat shield. Stree says, good luck, but he drags her along to even the odds. She realizes she picked the wrong boss. Inside, Mara preps the circle and places the vessel. She tells Bauer straight up. He's gonna perish out here without her help. Her weirdo kid begs to keep the clown as his personal fetch quest pet. After getting totally wrecked, the clown is suddenly super chill with being a servant. Suddenly, everyone snaps their necks looking at the new player entering the chat. Our main guy strolls into the gore fest like it's nothing, squad trailing behind. He's actually shook finding out this is where Lilmu vanished too, after getting his crew destroyed earlier. He hits Cyan with a remember I saved your butt or you'd be toast too. Hearing him trash his crew, Bauer loses it. Seeing the dude who wrecked his whole biz, Suja just verifies that Minha's bro is definitely not a regular human. He asks, Mom, who's this guy? So Street hypes her boss as the Hell Prince who deleted Bauer's whole thing. Mara absolutely flips out, realizing he's the spawn of her arch-nemesis. Bauer also goes mental, finding out this is the guy who offed his kin while he watched. He figures it's finally the perfect time for some payback, since the prince is basically just a weak human right now anyway. Meanwhile, the salty witch thinks the queen is being so extra. She sent her kid here just to clown on her even harder. Our boy runs the numbers and realizes fighting all three solo is a bad idea. To even the odds, he tells that jerk Bauer to scram immediately. Dude starts running his mouth, says Lavis ain't the scary boss anymore, but zips it fast when the prince screams, leave or die, right now. He tells the idiot to go personally update the other demons that he's in town. They better chill while he's here, unless they want to get eaten alive. Bauer is shook that he can still sling magic while looking human. Bro literally eats himself out the building, running for his life. Done with that, Prince tells the crusty witch she can't just snatch bodies to feel young whenever. She goes totally feral when he calls her a boomer to her face. All that rage screaming wrecks her weak body, and she starts hacking up blood. Once she chills, she gets hyped wondering how the queen will feel when her kids delete the queen's son. The demon prince is also dying. See her face when her precious babies get wrecked by the son of the lady she's always been jealous of. Triggered by his sass, Mara asks her spawn, which one is gonna snag his tongue as a prize? Suya tells his sis to back off, swinging his spike ball and yeeting it right at our boy. Lavis dodges smooth like butter and pushes aside. Annie rushes in instantly, and the prince barely blocks her sword. She yells at her twin to chill, and Suja whines that he almost accidentally hit her. She commands her bra, cover her while she spams attacks. Non-stop, blocking her hits, Lavis notices their teamwork is trash and decides to abuse that glitch. He roasts them, saying they gonna wreck each other before reaching him. Suja flips, yelling at Sis for almost beheading him. Lavis clocks it. Sis is cautious. Bro is cocky. Easy pickings. Once their combos get stuffed repeatedly, twins get mad. Levi sleaces Uni first. Even so, he stays mostly defensive. Even as hybrids, these two are stupid, strong. What did Mara do to him? Suja sees a gap, throws a spike ball, and nicks Lav's gut. Annie rushes in, swearing she'll snag his head for real. She lands a few cuts, but realizes he's only guarding the vital bits. Suja charges, don't die till I end you. Demon Prince dodges, but needs to block Annie's kill shot. She's screaming, die, while pressing blades down, but Leva slips out and backs off. Can't fight both solo, so he decides to troll M. Levis tells Suja his big sis is super buff. That triggers the purple brat. I was born first. Raging hard, the brat swings wild and charges him. They push back. Uni yells at Bro for getting close. He ignores her, yelling he calls dibs on finishing Levis. Our boy smirks. Suya's fighting purely on rage now. Brat steps in range, and he finally makes his move. Meanwhile, Street's fighting Mara, calling her a hag, which gets mad, cranking up the intensity, and actually lands a hit. Street tanks it. Now Sasayan's time to shine. Nerd sprints to Minha, trapped in a demon shield. Touches the shield and screams instantly. It burns and freezes, but he doesn't quit pushing. San yells wake up. At Minha's zero response. Street trades, blows keeping the witch distracted. Suddenly, the demon energy blows up, blasting him back. Stares at his wrecked hands. Just a powerless human. Remembers the siblings, and gets all fired up. Shouts he'll save Minha no matter what, punching the barrier with all he's got. Mara smacks Street hard, making her scream. Heg taunts playtime's over. Street holds her shoulder. Is this real 12 Dark Thrones power? Street wonders. Mara fires 2 shots, mocking Street for thinking she's weak just 'cause she's an eroding bot. Shards pin Street like a poster. The witch was awe. Sit tight and watch me wreck this kid. Smashing the shield hard. Street yelled but Greenie was too slow. Too late, blood geysered everywhere. Yikes. Limbon flopped, covered in Mara's gross, toxic slime. She'd melt the geek for a quick snack. Cyan was totally trapped in that living muck. Mara hated stalling when a prime body was right there ready for snatching. Greed, which chanted some creepy dark magic spell to seal the deal. While the spell loaded, Minho was dodging those idiot twin demons. His Screenblade skills were basically Luckily, Han and Hansu had 0 teamwork. Rivals, not allies. Han surged, but a magic rope snagged Hansu out, nowhere, yanked aside, tied up, and shut up. Jinji was the mystery kidnapper. Weirdly, she called Minho. Amid the mess, the witch creeped on Minha to barf her soul into the new bod. Minha woke up, but her eyes went from hero to zero Tototo psycho mode. With the fresh ride secured, everything felt epic. Mara swore to rock this look forever. Looks like a big fat L for the team. The squad couldn't stop the vibe check. Worse, Hellprince was stuck fighting those annoying twins. G creeped in the shadows, stalking Lavis hard. She was crushing hard on his new look. Belsha, the pilot, had to look away and focus on the mess. Tough choice. Help out, and Lavis spots her. Just thinking about chatting made her turn to jelly. While she daydreamed, Hansu signaled his twin for a save. Han saw the signal but was too busy blocking Min. She just raged at that. More on brother while fighting. Mara saw her kid struggling and freed him. Hansu spilled the tea. There's a traitor. Besides that, Mara was Body Snatch was a total win. Strida claimed they could still clutch it since Minha wasn't fully gone. It's dead center of a dark night where the demon world leaks in. Mara's ritual is buggy until sunrise. Mia's ghost is still in there. Minha suddenly switched back, begging for help. Minho nearly bought it. Mara was just trolling him. She loves drama, but Bloodlord hates getting roasted. Taking too long, so the witch ordered a total party wipe. Hansu went unhinged, rushing in with his crusty flail, still salty about fumbling earlier. His ego was bruised way worse than his body. Losing to hybrids is cringe. Plus, the witch completely ghosted him. She just strutted around like she owned the place. Post-possession munchies hit hard, and she saw 2 snacks, a human Happy Meal and a demon beast side dish. Before she could eat, a weird ball rolled up. It popped open, spewing red smoke. Total knockoff toy. Mara noped out of that, red fog fast. Minho knew exactly what that gadget was. Witch backed up, so Belsha swooped in to save Strit from the skewers. Thorn's gone. She gifted Strit some sick robot. Recognized the face, but the vibe was super weird. Belsha bounced over to some direction and scraped off the gross slime holding it. Handed the nerd a blaster. Go help me. Strit was confused. D-Mateer loot dropped out of nowhere. San was shook. 1 sec, he's worming on the floor. Next, he's packing heat that buzzed his whole body. Head spinning, heart racing, panic attack city. Even Mara looked like she missed a patch note. Strit rushed the witch. While she was lagging, close range, Mara roasted her for using toy claws. Big mistake. Being cocky cost her a hand. Not toys, but the witch could just eat the metal. Her stump grew nasty, invincible tentacles. She's syncing up with Minha's body. Bad news. Wait too long, and the girl's soul is toast. Witch was drooling for some demon beast steak. Then Strida spotted the creepy cord. Hooking Minha to that dragon core thingy. Minha's a normie. She can't handle full witch mode. To win, they gotta smash the circle and cut the cord. Lamont chilled out after that weird power surge. He gripped the modded gun and checked the vibes. He zeroed in on the dragon core. And that glitched out ritual connection. Delete the magic circle. Create an opening. Then, his brain just leveled up automatically. Like a switch flipped, he saw the magic source code. Realization, magic is just nerdy math and shapes. Everything's an equation. It's just geometry homework. So he started doing some magic, hacking to find a bug. The core was a cubic polynomial. Mana floated in an S-carve, hiding the cheat code right at the peak. Can went full genius mode while Strida got swamped by those gross feelers. She swore to stall for time, trusting he'd totally clutch the win. Just a couple ticks later, he cracked the math code and exposed the glitch spot. Pointing at the circle's lowest dip, he pulled the trigger to delete it. This wasn't some basic toy shooter. That pistol hit with the force of a magical laser beam. Perfect aim, mixed with a blast, completely wrecked the shield. Mara went flying, realizing her magic circle just got hacked. The witch was salty, while Seon was dizzy from doing all that math. He crushed his part. Now it's up to the squad to finish. Mara's in a jam since her upload wasn't even done yet. Strida wasted zero time pouncing on that gross zombie dude. Sharp, claws out, the beast shredded, whatever was left of the CEO. Mara really hated the vibe, so she just yeeted that shape-shifting kitty aside. She rushed her wrecked body, trying to glue the bits back. While getting up, Strida dropped a diss track about greed and dirt. Behind the witch, Lord Lavis held the demon twins like sad news. Time to torch all that greed and trash at once. Hanu told Mom sorry, blaming that red fog for their massive. That red air was a total game changer sent by Bell. She actually yoinked that stuff straight out of the Bloodlord's empty shell stuck in the demon zone. Originally, she planned to hoard it all for herself. She had a huge needle of it, then heard about her crush's new gem. She figured that dosing Lavis with some of his OG blood would fast-track his Belsh's treat. She just wanted Big Bro to go beast mode again. Speaking of Minhos, moving like the unnerfed Lavis now, Mara roasted her kids for failing to handle just one guy. Mom's trash talk hurt way more than getting choked out. It hyped them up though. They escaped and went back to killing. Sue's wrecking ball swung around. Wildly, Wyong's twin blades hacked away. Their best shots were useless against actual power. Mara asked why a demon prince would save a normie who isn't even fan. It seemed crazy, but his logic was actually simple. He's doing it all for Minha's cake. That snack is just too good to lose. That cake she fed him didn't even taste human-made. It had a flavor you'd only find in literal heaven. For basics, this dude's reason wouldn't make any sense. Dude's a demon raiding heaven's snacks. If the twins just shared cake, they'd totally get the vibe. But 'cause they chose to. Keep chasing the demon boss, and someone's gonna bleed. Lavis got hyped with every drop. But hey, the twins weren't always psycho. Tiny Han Young was basically a grade A nerd back in the day. And little Han Su, total clean freak, scrubbing floors like a pro. Didn't matter though, their mom just roasted them constantly anyway. They were totally thirsty for just one good job from Mommy Dear. So, the trio hits up a coffee shop one afternoon. Mom spots a hottie and goes full Karen mode, whispering trash. Little Han figured out how to fix Mom's mood swing instantly. The kid rushed the lady and pulled a classic oopsie, face planted, and dumped iced lattes all over her white shirt. Mom faked being sorry while hustling her kid out the door. Once outside, the nice act dropped for a super creepy grin. It was literally the first time she didn't hate on them. The witch actually hugged Mara and hyped her up big time. Seeing Young get clout for being awful, Hansu wanted in on that action. Messing up pretty girls that Mom hated became their vibe. Hurt Mom's enemies. Get head pats. Simple transaction. Really? Talk about grooming your own personal soldier bots. Yikes. Whatever Mom says is basically law. No cap. If she says end him, the answer is just bet. By deleting problems, the twins got Mara's twisted version of love. Super toxic way to live. But the demon prince kinda dug the strategy. Dealing with these trauma-fueled kids was a total drag though. Even right now, they're fighting over the kill steal, just to score points and get a reward from their mother. The prince laughed at how weird these hybrid demons are. Then swish, he sliced Hansu's arm right off. Red paint everywhere. Mara noticed Lavis's vibe switch up instantly. She had seen that insane confidence somewhere before. Rose moving exactly like his Uncle Barkin, the Violence King. One-armed Hansu rolled around screaming while Sis called him trash. Just to stir the pot, Minho made it worse. He hinted that Hansu was definitely the beta sibling. Hansu yelled at his sister for making him lose a limb. While they argued mid-fight, the guy opposite charged up and attacked. If they kept squabbling, the prince's job would be easy. Shockingly, Han snatched her leaky brother off the floor. She used him as a human shield to block Minho's hit. Savage. That wrecked Hansu, knocking him flat on his face. Everything hurt, and he was covered in his own fluids. Bleating out, he whispered one last word. Mom. But the mom he wanted just stood there roasting him for failing. She told the other kid to forget the loser and attack the enemy. Han didn't even hesitate, leaving her bro behind. Sue's worst nightmare just dropped. She got ghosted for real. That which kept being extra with her gross slam. Without the twin drama, getting to the boss was easy pea. Mara's almost unloading. Minho, better hurry, or Minha is toast. Prince Dude has zero clue what his body can actually handle. Gotta go fast. So he's about to do some sketchy stuff. He swerved Mara, grabbed Hanon, and basically tackled her. Mr. Bloodlord went full savage mode. Yanked Han's head back to show off that leaking neck. Dude went full vamp, chugging that hybrid juice like soda. Kept drinking, while staring down her mom. Total power move. Even the bug guts, which was like, okay, that's weird. Belly full, Minho tossed the body aside, like trash. His galaxy brain plan, chug blood to max out his stats. Han gave him a pretty solid XP boost. Hyped on energy, he zoomed in with crazy fighting skills. Mara panicked at his buff and spammed defense shields. Useless Minho chopped through that slime like fruit ninja. Mara just wanted a new skin suit, honestly. Didn't expect a real demon, But Minho's actually about to break. Every step hurt, like he was being ripped in half. Pain aside, he was totally vibing with the chaos. He wrecked the witch and got ready for the kill shot. Mara's been prepping for this night forever. Now, her whole plan is flopping because of this one guy. Dude slammed her face into the dirt. Game over. He could snap her neck. But wait, that's his sis's body. At least he cut all her stanky lifelines already. Manhwa made a deal. Hop out of the body, and I won't end you. To prove he wasn't just capping, Manhwa swore on his demon dad's rep. No lie. Witch thought he was scared she'd just self-destruct. Losing the perfect fit sucks. But hey, Mara can find a new ride if she survives this mess. Surely a royal demon wouldn't dirty his family name, right? So she dared him to drop the weapon and shake on it. The sword vanished, just melting right back into him. He kept his word. Now Mara's gotta bounce. She grabbed her throat, feeling something weird inside. She smirked and tried to dip out fast to trick him. Manhwa just lolled at that dumb move. He saw it coming and had his demon hand ready to grab. That creepy arm made it impossible for the nasty witch to escape. For a top-tier villain, she fell for a noob trap. Real talk, Manhwa was totally clueless on how to yeet that witch out of his sis. Dude was 100% faking. Swore on his fam and dad's rep and everything. Jokes on her Levis, couldn't care less about his rels. Guys, only obsessed with his own street cred. Looking like a total mess. The witch actually felt legit panic for once. She begged hard, but Manhwa kept dragging her out till Manhwa was squeaky clean. Standing in a literal garden of baddies, he had greed's life right in his grip. Mara tried to cut a deal, promising him the world if he'd just chill. She was down to do literally anything just to stay alive. So sad. Behind Manhwa, Han wobbled to her feet, somehow surviving the crazy chaos sparked by Mara, giving her the kill him now. Sweetie eyes. Han scraped up her last bit of energy, but got stopped cold. Hansu rezzed for 2 seconds just to drag his twin to hell with him. No way was he letting her win. If he goes down, she's coming to... He's only cool with dying if Han kicks the bucket with him. Born together, lived together, suffered together, died together. Womb to tomb. Seeing her parenting fail made Mara scream her head off. Manhwa was disgusted. Most dysfunctional family ever. Out of options, Mara went back to begging, swearing she'd never touch Manhwa again. She even claimed Levis's mom was her BFF, told him to go ask his mom, Ines, if he didn't buy it. Claimed the demon queen used to follow her around like a puppy. Strida heard this cringe speech and just felt sick. Her kids just died and she's trying to talk her way out of trouble. Truly, Mother of the Year material right there. Sick of her yapping, Manhwa swung his blade and just deleted greed from the server. She was basically a walking embarrassment. To the rep of the 12 Dark Thrones. Never thought Anias's kid would be the one to wreck her so hard. She refused to quit, hanging on for dear life, even while looking gross. So, the Lord of Blood, just Kerbid stomped her face into actual mush. Gross. After liquefying a boss, Manhwa got a massive XP boost straight to his bloodstone. Once he checked out his loot, the prince was pretty hyped. Huge relief. Which is toast, problem solved. For a high-level boss like Mara, the power-up was insane. 2 bad demons here reek so bad the prince wanted to barf. Staring at the dead twins, Strit felt totally awful for them. If Mara hadn't invaded, they might have had a chill life with their real mom. Guess we'll never know. In this world, greedy parents ruin kids' lives. Demon or not. Enemies Don Belsha stuck around to simp over her crush for a sec. Mino totally clocked her hideout and sussed her scheme. She straight up ghosted him when he yelled for her to show up. Heard her name and realized he's the Demon Realm's Goat Smith. Belsha was the baby sister of the Murtano squad. Total golden child. A forging genius seen once in 3,000 years. Dee ditched her posh life just to creep on Levis here. Claimed Van sent me and swore she'd bounce post. Girl's reputation, pure chaos and major attitude. Also known as Levis's super creepy obsessed stan. That punk Van Defs shoved her soul into Jin Yahi's body. With all this random drama crashing the party, Levis is running. The human world is gonna get way more bonkers.